During this holiday season, give your loved ones a gift that keeps on giving for the rest of their life. Torpedopod is the only affordable self-growing flower pot that ensures your future food survival. All you do is add soil, seeds, and seedlings to the flower pot and watch your plants grow. Torpedopod can grow nutritious food in such abundance and variety that you can produce more food than your local farm. Visit www.torpedopod.com.
So Samaria Rice, the mother of Tamir Rice, is angry with the Department of Justice, more specifically Assistant Attorney General Kristen Clark, who denied a request to reopen Tamir Rice's case. Once again, the Democrats. Now, we know we all saw that video of that young child just gunned down like that. And you mean to tell me you won't open that case? Now, she said, as a black woman, you are a big disappointment. Say, you sit me down in your office and tell me you had to sit your own son down, lady. Say, I don't want to hear all of that. Do you understand how my life has changed completely and how it's been destroyed because there's no accountability in this country? Samaria Rice described of her conversation with Clark. They say on November 22nd, 2014, 12-year-old Tamir Rice was shot and killed by a now former Cleveland police officer, Timothy Lohman, within 2 seconds after Lohman pulled up to the park gazebo where Tamir was sitting on a bench. They say Lohman and fellow officer Frank Garnback, who was driving the police cruiser, responded to a 911 call about Rice playing with a realistic-looking toy gun in the park. Neither local nor federal authorities found sufficient evidence to press criminal charges against the officers involved. Now, in December 2020, President Trump's Justice Department officially closed its investigation into Tamir Rice's case, citing insufficient evidence to support federal criminal charges against Lohman and Garnback. Okay? Now, last year, Samaria Rice attorney sent a letter signed by several legal scholars to the DOJ urging the agency to reopen the case. Rice met with DOJ officials in October and again in December, where she shared the pains associated with policing in black communities. But on January 28, 2022, Clark said in a letter the DOJ could not prove that Tamir Rice's civil rights were violated, citing Section 242 of the federal civil rights law, which read the government must prove beyond a reasonable doubt an officer acting under color of law willfully deprived Tamir Rice of a protection by the Constitution. Are you serious? Are you freaking serious? You gunned down that child in 2 seconds, and you as a black woman saying you got a child would even just go along with that? Even if you couldn't do nothing about it, right? You say, you know what, I'm resigning. I'm not going to do, no, this is wrong. This is completely wrong. God, these people, like I said, these people are the devil, man. But see, this is your Democrats, right? Okay, Trump's out of there, right? Trump's out. You got him out. Cool. Your Democrats say they're not going to open up the case either. And notice, they sent a black woman to do it. Because they got black folks that's here. They have no problem selling you out. Now, say Clark, it said career prosecutors could not meet the standard of proof that Lohman acted with bad purpose when he fired the fatal shot, killing Tamir Rice, 12 years old. The kid had a toy. The kid had a toy. He didn't have an actual gun. See, this justification saying it's okay to kill people. Oh, well, we justify that. How do you justify that? Any other civilized country outside of this one would have that cop in jail somewhere, killing a kid that had a toy. Now, the sister continues talking about Tamir Rice's mom. Says she tells me she doesn't know what Timothy Lohman was thinking in his mind that day, but I'm going to tell you this. Willful intent means the gun was already sitting on your lap. Say Timothy Lohman, because there's no way it was sitting in your holster. It say you have to unclip it and do all of that. It say, and that's probably about a second right there. My son was shot in less than a second. That's what Samaria Rice said after claiming Biden's Justice Department failed her. Now, legal analyst Laura McNeil says that the legal standard to prove a person's civil rights were violated by police is too high at a federal level. They say in Tamir Rice's case, McNeil said the Justice Department would have to prove the officers intentionally took Tamir Rice to life, but she added details provided to the officers by 911 dispatchers factored into that response. Now, according to DOJ's final report from December 2020, 911 call regarding Tamir Rice is flagged as a code 1 or high priority call, and the dispatcher did not relay that the individual might be juvenile or the gun might be fake. Now, if you heard the 911 tape, the person said, I don't know, I think it's a toy, I don't know. They was unsure, right? So they said the officers believed they were responding to a playground where a grown man was brandishing a real gun at individuals, presumably children. Now, I said McNeil says the Justice Department had to consider these additional details and still prove the officers had willful intent to deny Tamir his constitutional rights. McNeil suggested Samaria would have had a better chance pursuing justice at the state level because the standard of proof is not as high compared to the federal level. Now, Rice is considering her next steps, but more immediately, Rice would like to speak with Clark for more clarification while she feels the DOJ feels it cannot prove willful intent. Now, I remember Eric Holder when he was Attorney General. And you remember when he had made a statement saying, well, the bar is set too high in America to prosecute these race soldiers. And then how did the race soldiers start going to jail? When people start having uprisings and start causing $1 billion or more in cities, then all of a sudden the bar couldn't be so set so high to get these race soldiers locked up, right? Why got to come to that point? Just why? Now, Samaria also said, I want her to be able to give me some details on why she can't challenge the statute 242. Can you tell me why instead you telling me it's going to be hard to do? Then how don't you know if you don't challenge it? It said, I don't understand what you're doing. Well, that's always the answer of black people. Oh, it's too difficult. We can't do that. I mean, it's going to be so hard. But when it comes to other groups of people, they get it. Just like it's never hard when it comes to other groups. That's only something they tell, black people. You understand? But that's your Democrat Party. That's the party that all you ran your behind to say that they going to get the George Floyd bill, that Biden, he's so much better than Trump, and all of that, blue no matter who. And this is what blue no matter who gets you. No justice for Tamir Rice. We have another young black man killed in Minnesota, Amir Locke, that probably could have been prevented with the George Floyd bill. They removed the qualified immunity, so it's a Democrat's fault for that. Do y'all see the pattern of these Democrats? Do y'all see the pattern? They're always telling you, wait, it's too hard. Well, just give us some time. And they run out the clock by doing that to you. Then they get out of office and they be like, well, I mean, we were trying, but but they're out of office already. Or the political landscape flips and say, well, you didn't vote for us. The Republicans are taking over, and hey, we can't do nothing about it. Maybe next time come out and vote for us and you can get us back in and we can probably do something about it. It's the same old hustle and finesse these people been doing to us a long time. Once again, no civilized country would allow this. You don't be hearing these stories in other countries. You don't. This is what happens here because they have a culture of justifying killing people. Case in point, look at Kyle Rittenhouse. They said that he didn't do nothing wrong by the court, and now he's a hero. He's a hero. So there you go. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this particular story. I mean, like I say, it's sickening. It is utterly sickening to see this story. But this is Biden's DOJ. And once again, this is the guy y'all overwhelmingly voted for. Living in America as a black person, you recognize there is one set of laws for you and one set of laws for those, especially in the white community. In our book, Passive Aggressive Racism in the System of White Supremacy, I take you through times in my life when I first started noticing white supremacy. We teach you how to recognize it, identify it, and also counter it in our book. This book is a beginner's course for those that are just starting to wake up and open their eyes to see the system of white supremacy. As a black American person, you must understand this system because this system is life or death to you. how you handle it, how you deal with it. It can affect your mental health if you don't understand this system. Pick up our book, Passive Aggressive Racism and the System of White Supremacy, today on Amazon.